Hello everybody and welcome back once again to the Brawl for All Pro Wrestling Show. We're on episode 15 now. I got Steven and Jeff here with me as always. What's up, guys?
What's up? How are you?
Doing pretty good. Can't really complain. If I did, nobody would care.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how life goes, guys. But like you know, we could complain about Roman Reigns, nobody will care.
No.
We could complain about Daniel Bryan, and who's gonna care? Nobody. Anyway, we got to give a big shout out though before I get on with this episode. We got a lot of new listeners and people telling me around like where I live and stuff that they're listening. So shout out to Tim out there who checked us out, my friend, because I know he's gonna be listening to this one. Also, want to thank everybody for liking us on Facebook or subbing on YouTube. Keep sharing us, trying to get the word out. Let everybody know how we're doing. So, you guys want to get on with it? We got this Monday. We had Raw was the Fallout from Fastlane. It was pretty much a mediocre Raw to say the least. I know, Steven, that you watched and you said it wasn't that bad. What was your take on it?
I mean...
You did say you guessed it wasn't that bad, so I was just kind of trying to say, what do you mean by that? Like,
they're not really giving you the greatest show they can, you know what I mean?
And it's been that way for how long now, though? Like,
years.
We're getting so used to it now. But a big part of it that I wanted to bring up right off the bat, because I know a lot of people are going to be tuning in early here, so it's going to be... what I'm talking about right now is the whole Brock Lesnar controversy going on. And Jeff, I know you got something pulled up that you just pulled up like right before you were talking on the show. Something about Reigns failing a drug test.
Right.
I guess there's a rumor or something going around that he had failed a drug test and that Lesnar wasn't happy with it. But Jeff can go ahead and tell us read what you see if you want to.
Yeah, it was just from the Reddit report, which the WWE issued a statement claiming that it was untrue, but it was basically that claiming that Roman Reigns failed his some wellness test, which I guess was for steroids, and Lesnar didn't want to be part of anything dealing with steroids. But I don't know. Then they claim that Vince is denying that he failed it. So I don't know.
I don't know.
That WWE issued the statement claiming that story was untrue, but.
Well, I'm going to go with the fact that it probably isn't true if WWE issued the statement. If it is true, they're covering it up.
Right.
Something's definitely going on, though, because we got word that there was some negotiations going on with his contract backstage at Raw, and Lesnar was actually scheduled to appear. But as everybody's seen, Lesnar was nowhere to be seen because obviously he walked out before the end of Raw. And it had to do with the negotiations of his WWE contract. It really had nothing to do with, like, wrestling Reigns or any kind of creative. And it had nothing to do with, like... Also, I guess, in the deal, before I go on, they were going to allow him to fight in UFC and compete in WWE. That is the reports I'm getting. It's just a rumor, so don't go 100 on it. But I guess there was no problems with the UFC factor or any kind of creative plans. It's just something with the contract. But now that I'm hearing this about Reigns, could it be something like that? I don't know. I mean...
It's strange how they would react to that report, though. Like,
yeah, they came out quick, and I mean, they at least acknowledged it was weird.
Yeah, I don't know why they would go acknowledge. It's just weird that, like you said, they acknowledged it.
Do you have a take on that, Steven, that whole situation?
You know, man, I'd like to actually find out the truth, but, I mean...
It'll come out here. We'll probably know next week the absolute truth.
Yeah, it's hard to comment because I don't know what is even going on.
But as far as I'm concerned,
they can't keep this hidden. I mean, you know.
Yeah, that's a hard thing to keep hid right there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how they're going to keep a drug test hid that somebody failed.
I don't
so we should be getting everything coming out here in the open of what's true and what's false. And that's kind of why sometimes the dirt sheets piss me off, because they do get you on the wrong direction sometimes, and then you find out it's totally just not what's going on at all.
They jump the gun on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they do. But as far as if Brock walked out of Raw, that was the wrong decision.
Yeah,
just over a contract negotiation, you're not going to go on with the show and do what you're supposed to do. Yeah, and he's not even there half the time. So he flew in for nothing.
And I mean, it makes him look bad. Even like if he wants to go to see you, Dana's gonna be like, well, are you gonna walk out here?
Yeah, you can't just be walking out on companies and expecting people to have a good reputation. Like,
yeah, I mean, as bad as it is, what he done wrestling wise.
But what I'm hearing though is so far nothing's gonna be heard as far as like the WrestleMania's still on. He's still got to appear for all his dates because they could hold him in a breach of contract if not, is what I read. Right. So he's got like 2 dates next month, and I think Mania, and then the night after that he has to honor. So
right.
Wow,
we'll see what happens there.
It's still bad.
I think it's interesting just hearing that they might let him do WWE and UFC. I mean,
I know
that'd be neat, but they've never let nobody do that. Yeah, could they be that way? They could work with Punk.
Yeah, I mean, and like I've always thought they've had some underground deals go on.
Yeah, there's got to be some kind of talks going on between WWE and UFC if that's the case for sure. But getting on to the Raw, I think this whole Raw was pretty much getting Orton back into play, and since they didn't have Lesnar at all, they were just like, let's just focus this on Orton. So they started off with the Orton Authority segment, and they wanted Orton back, and he agreed to do that conference backstage with the meeting. So they went on from there. You guys have anything to say about that? I mean, like I said, pretty much just
they went real quick like that.
I know I'm so sick of seeing a 20-30 minute promo every time Raw starts, and like me and Steven were saying, 3 hours it's just getting ridiculous.
Yeah,
it is.
I mean, it's getting me to the point where I just want to DVR it or just watch it on Hulu 90-minute version instead of sit there 3 hours.
So that right. Yeah. So it was never bad when it didn't get there on time to watch it. You had to DVR and go through the commercials.
If there's no segment going on, it's a big commercial or an ad. Like, it's like, what the hell, man?
Yeah, there was a commercial break right in the middle of a Barrett talking. Like, at that point, I'm done. I'm done.
They're doing too many commercial breaks.
You can't do that right in the middle of someone talking.
And then you have a good match going on, and they break it up with the commercial. Like, if you got some casual watcher, like, man, this is a good match. I'm kind of liking this. And then they go to a commercial. It's got the fan thinking, like, these guys don't know what's going on. But going on from that, they had the Barrett and Ziggler match. Barrett actually doesn't have the belt because Ambrose is running around with his belt right now. Ambrose actually showed up with the belt and taunted him in the corner. He actually did a stare down with Ziggs and bumped him as he was leaving the ring. So, what do you think they're gonna try to do like a 3-way here and bring some prestige back to the IC?
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
Did you see that segment?
I hope.
Did you see that segment, Steven, where he kind of bumped Ziggler on the way out? That's not a very face move these days for guys. They have his faces as bumping another face on the way out of the ring.
Who was it again?
Ambrose came up with the belt and taunted Barrett in the corner with it. Like, I have your belt. Turned around and stared at Ziggler, and then on his way out of the ring, he bumped him with his shoulder.
Yeah, his shoulder bumped him.
Like Ziggler's getting in on it too now, or something like that.
Yeah, it could definitely be a 3-way.
Well, if they got to do something with Ziggler at Mania.
Yeah.
I mean, he's one of their top talents. They got to get him in on the card. And they need him up there in a match that's going to make him seem like he's worth a shit. I mean, every time Ziggler gets on a roll, they, like, push him back down like that. Like, you guys, you might think he's good, but he's not that good. That's the way that's what I get out of him. Like, they just try to bury him.
I know.
They're trying.
Don't change your look, even though everybody hates your look. Don't change it. Keep doing what you're doing, son. And stay down on the mid card, because if you change your look, you might get over. You know what I mean? Like, jeez, I hate the look. It looks like Billy Gunn, his Billy Gunn's kid or something. But
he must have pissed somebody off.
But if they would just give him a different look, he could be like a megastar for him. So anyway, from that, I just think they're trying to set up Well, they had the backstage authority segment after that where they had the little meeting, and I was like, man, that was quick. They already got to the meeting. Why couldn't they have just got that done in the ring?
Yeah.
So it was just pretty much Stephanie making the main event match, which was Orton and Rollins against Reigns, Bryan. What I think about it was funny is that they're just like, is Orton in the authority now again, or is he not? I'm like so confused.
Plot twist.
Yeah, because at the end of the show, like he did a heelish match.
Confusing.
Yeah, like he competed as a heel in the match, but then at the end he RKO's one of the J&J guys. I think it was Noble, and then he looks at Rollins and doesn't do anything to him, and he's got him cornered. I mean, if that's the guy you're wanting to beat the shit out of, and you're not wanting to be in the authority, you had a perfect chance. So is he in the authority now, or what? Like, that is the stupidest storyline.
It was weird. I mean, it made no sense at all.
That is the dumbest ending I've ever seen. If you got a guy cornered that you've been wanting to get at for how long has he been out now? 3 months? 2 months? I don't know.
4 months.
I mean, and you got him in, and you've got him in the corner. You're not going to do anything.
Yeah, I don't know. And it was weird how, I don't know, like I said, it went black for, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 minutes.
Yeah, like they messed up something.
Yeah, it was weird because Orton was outside.
I didn't catch that. I'm going to have to go back and look at that. So
yeah,
Steven, go back and look at that because you got it on DVR, don't you?
Oh, the Orton thing?
Yeah, I guess on the main event, Jeff said it went like black for a second, like something happened.
Yeah, it did go black. Yeah.
What? And he was outside the ring, and then when they came back on, he was in the corner.
That's really weird.
Him.
Something happened.
It was weird. I don't know. It was just strange. I don't know.
Unless they had a glitch, unless it was just a glitch or something. I don't know.
I think it was just a glitch. I think.
Yeah, I mean, you have to look. I got DVR too. I'm going to look at it again.
Okay, well, moving on from the backstage segment, they had the Sheamus return promo, which we talked about. So he didn't return; he just had a vignette, another promo vignette. What do you think they're going to do with Sheamus? Is he going to be? He's going to be in Mania, but you think they're going to go through with the Daniel Bryan match?
I was thinking he's going to come out heel.
In my opinion, he needs to be heel.
Yeah.
You remember, Steven, when they brought him back and he had that hell of a deal with Christian going on? I thought that was like a time they should have turned him heel then.
Yeah, he's not a face.
No, he's not.
He is. Yeah,
it's time for a change with Sheamus. So
it is time, yeah.
Anyway, on from that, you had the primetime players back together in the Ascension. I love how they popped up that old school Road Warrior type promo on the screen while they were having the match. Like if you go back to the late 80s, early 90s, they used to do those promos like that.
Yeah, they got beat by the. It was your first loss.
Yeah, actually, yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Booker T and JBL actually were putting them over this time, though. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah, JBL always gets into it, man.
Yeah, he does.
I think he knows what he's doing as a broadcaster.
Yeah, he does. He's actually putting them over this time. But anyway, the primetime players got the win, and then a brawl broke out, and the Ascension left Young laying there via they gave him the fall man.
No.
Yeah.
So it looks like primetime players may get a title shot.
That's nuts.
Could they do like a 4-way tag match at Mania with the primetime players and the Ascension, and then the Usos and Cesaro? I mean, they had one last year, so they love to do that kind of stuff. Yeah. Primetime players getting the win was weird to me anyway because of their crowd reaction last week. Maybe they did go with the fact that, they didn't really push, what's his name coming in? Darren Young. And he looked like so much like a jobber during the match. The crowd was just like, "Why is this guy helping this jobber?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. After that, we had. I'm just flying through this, guys, because this was a pretty weak Raw. Could you actually believe the list of names named off in his promo?
Well, I kind of forgot some of the ones he said.
Heyman put him over. Heyman claimed that he would beat Austin. He would beat Cena. He'd be the man in any... Heyman said that Reigns would be the man in any era.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean...
I didn't like the Heyman thing.
But he says he won't defeat the Beast. That was the whole fact. But even saying that he would be better than The Rock or Austin or Hogan or anybody, I was like, you got to be...
putting that much over to beat Lesnar.
And I loved Reigns' Cena-like promo that he had, where he was talking to the crowd like, yeah, I've been hearing you all month out there.
Yeah.
Have you heard it, Steven?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been hearing you talking all month. Like, having him pretty much, acknowledge the fact that he's getting that Cena reaction.
Half crowd booing him, half cheering him.
Yeah, I thought that was very strange for him to go on and do that.
Heyman talks too much.
Yeah. Did he shake hands with Paul Heyman? I think that's what I have wrote down here.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Was it
I mean, it wasn't very a memorable Raw. You know what I mean? It kind of.
No, I just have something down here. He shook hands with somebody. It might have been Daniel Bryan.
It was Miz.
Oh, Miz shook hands with Heyman last night?
Yeah, at the end of the... Yeah.
I didn't even know Miz was out there.
Yeah, Heyman was on... Yeah.
Okay.
Or no, that was on...
Yeah, that's wrong. He wasn't out there. So, that might have been a couple weeks ago or something.
Just make Miz champ.
Fastlane. Was it Fastlane on there?
Yeah, he was on Fat. Yeah, that was when they had Heyman on the Miz TV.
Yeah, that's what it was. Fastlane.
Okay, so anyway, he's claiming, he putting over Reigns, but he won't defeat the Beast, so whatever. Then we go on the Usos and Kid-Zaro rematch. Natty got the Kid-Zaro DQ'd. Natty and Naomi brawled. I didn't really care about that. You guys have anything to say about that? Like I said, I see a 4-way tag match.
Yeah.
In the works.
I hope they get some.
They stole the show.
Yeah, they need to really build up the tag team match again, or the tag team division again. Sorry.
I need to get the Dudleys and maybe the Hardys.
The Dudleys should go back in NXT. I don't know why. If they're going to sign these guys like Kendrick, which I can't wait to watch NXT tonight to see Kendrick, but if they can get these guys like Kendrick and Owens and some of these old school guys, if even Samoa Joe is even in the mix, why can't they bring Bubba? Why can't they bring Bubba and Devon back?
Yeah,
really.
I think they're maybe debating what.
Yeah, they're probably debating on it for sure.
NXT or
right. Next, they had the Mizdow segment, which was stupid backstage, where he was kind of just bossing around Mizdow like he's been doing. Then they had the Wyatt segment with the casket. They keep having them with these caskets, so you got to just wonder when the hell is Taker coming out.
You gotta be next week. I mean, how I can keep putting it off till Raw before Mania.
Yeah, they can't just keep putting it off like that.
Yeah.
The Taker's got to show up. And by the way, I have a note that they had a video or pictures of Taker online training, and he actually is looking pretty good if you look at the pictures.
He always looks good.
He's lifting some heavy weights and stuff. So, I mean, I dissed him, Steven, to you, and I said he was kind of old and stuff, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe last year that concussion really did hurt him, but, I mean, Jeff, what do you think? He looked bad last year.
Yeah, he did bad last year, but I think the injury.
You guys think Taker's looking all right? You think he's going to be all right then against Wyatt?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if he's been hitting in the gym and training and stuff, I mean, nobody's really seen much of him.
Yeah. Well, they did say they had that picture, and he was looking like every bit of 70, so.
Yeah,
I mean, it would look like it was taken at 4 in the morning. He's wearing what? Sweatpants.
And Austin said on his podcast about that picture is that when you catch somebody like him at the airport like that, they're going to be looking their age. I mean, you're on the road.
tanning. He's not doing nothing. I mean, come on. Take a picture of me at midnight and then take a picture of me at noon.
Right.
Like a different person.
It's going to look totally different.
And it's not even been a year since that last match. Like, there's no way his body would change that much.
Right.
I mean, that could have been right. I mean, a few months after Mania, that picture was actually taken in. He could have been, still jacked up from that concussion.
Yeah.
That concussion really took a lot out of him, I think, at the point.
Yeah.
So.
And that goes back to, like, Lesnar and Reigns. Like, do you guys think that'll be a good match? Because I don't. Because who's carrying the match?
I don't think Lesnar and Reigns is going to be... It's going to be just a powerhouse versus powerhouse.
It's going to be worse than Undertaker and Lesnar. And you know how bad that match was. Like, neither one of those guys can work. That's my problem. And I don't think anybody realizes how bad of a match that's supposed to be. Like, it's going to be bad.
Well, I really don't...
Because they said he pretty much carried the Undertaker to hit that match. I mean, he had to.
Yeah. I don't know if Lesnar can just carry a good match. Like, he carried him, but the match was still bad.
Yeah, I mean, he couldn't do much.
Just German suplexes.
Shaking in.
Yeah, it was just Sherman suplexes and stuff like that. So.
And Reigns is going to have to carry it and work it.
But I do think that the Wyatt thing is real interesting. I liked the whole thing they did at Fastlane. I thought that was cool. I watched it over on the network, and I think their segments have been cool with the caskets and stuff like that. Like the other week before, they had him like hammering the nail in it and stuff like that. So it's cool they're doing the dark side versus dark side, which I've been wanting to see that. And they really never tried to do that with anybody other than really like Kane.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Papa Shango.
I do see Wyatt getting the win against Taker, though. I really do.
Papa Shango is pretty.
I hope
they never did it. They never did a feud with Papa Shango, though. They never did a feud with. They dropped that. They dropped Mordecai. They had a lot of guys that they could have done it. Boogeyman never got a feud with them that should have. I mean, don't you guys agree?
Oh yeah, definitely.
There's plenty of guys that had that dark side that should have had a feud with Taker that never did. And would have benefited from it.
Yeah, Papa Shango definitely would have.
But it's just Taker won't work with just anybody.
All right.
I think he's got the final say, and maybe he thought like Mordecai wasn't up to snuff.
Yeah, he didn't want to work with maybe Boogeyman or something.
Yeah, Boogeyman just wasn't good in the ring.
No.
And like this, Taker's not like a natural where he's going to take a match and he can't take a broomstick and make it look good. You know what I mean? Like, there's some guys that can. But I don't think Taker's that kind of guy. You got to have some kind of ability. Michaels could, but Taker's got to have a dance partner, and Boogeyman would have been bad. So anyway, we're taking a long time on that, but I do understand that that's going to be a big return when Taker comes back, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So, and I do like the promos that they're cutting. Okay, so. Other than that, we had, or after that anyway, Stardust beat Jack Swagger. Stardust took on Jack Swagger. Goldust distracted Stardust, and Swagger got rolled up Stardust for the win. So Goldust pretty much Goldust screwed Stardust for the win. So
got him in an ankle lock. He tapped out.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, he like barely even got on him too.
Okay. Well, all I know that I got marked down here is that he got rolled up. So I thought he rolled up Stardust. I don't know. I thought from like behind. But anyway, all I got really noticed is the crowd's really into the Cody chants.
Yeah, they were.
So what I'm saying is that they need at Mania that stipulation. I'm telling you, Stardust beats. If Stardust loses, he has to go back to being Cody.
Yeah, he'll lose.
Especially since the crowd's so into those Cody chants, they gotta play on that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Unless they just try to keep going with
it. Stardust back in his old attire. He didn't have the attire he had on at Fastlane.
Yeah, that was. I don't know why they did that.
I kind of liked the not so much looking like Goldust look.
Yeah.
But now I guess they kind of want him to look like Goldust for the feud. I think that's WWE's thinking on it, but who knows.
Come out, Matt.
Yeah.
Maybe forgot his suit.
Who knows? Oh, I forgot my tights already. I'm going to have to go back to the old ones again. Jesus. But anyway, I think that could be a really good match since they're brothers, though, that people are underrating. Goldust and Stardust. Yeah.
I think it'd be a real good match.
Next, they had the Rusev Cena segment. And he said he never gave up at Fastlane. Cena did. And he said he wanted him at Mania.
Yeah, Rusev, I got a lot to say about that.
Yeah, but Rusev says no to the rematch, and Cena walked off pissed. So what do you got to say about it?
Well, okay. At Fastlane, he got low blowed, passed out, and lost. The next night on Raw, he comes out saying, "How's everybody doing?" and throwing his T-shirt. He's all happy. It's like, that doesn't make any sense.
They can't make Cena look weak, Steven.
They can't. But he can't. He needs to come out there and say, "Rusev, get out here now." He doesn't need to be going out there going, "How's everybody doing?" Blah,
yeah,
blah, blah.
you're right. He's too...
What are you doing?
Dude, he should be pissed since that happened.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
what in the hell is he doing?
I never really looked at it that way, but you're right.
I saw that and I'm like, this is stupid.
I knew he was going to ask for the rematch at Mania. I mean, we already...
He should have done that the first thing he picked up the mic. Said, get out here right now.
Yeah.
Get in another match. No, not going, "How's everybody doing?" "Oh, how you guys like Fastlane last night?" What?
No, we fucking hated it.
You want to order a cheeseburger too, dude? Like, what?
I got my ass beat down.
He was happy.
You guys like me seeing myself turn purple at Fastlane?
Man, handing out T-shirts.
Oh my God!
He had a smile on his face when he picked up the microphone.
Fuck.
Would you have thought he got low blowed and passed out the night before? No. You make me believe, please. And they're not. I don't know. Cena's just, God.
He's overbearing. He's overbearing, and it's like they're shoving him down our throat. Just keep shoving that Cena down our throat, guys. You've been doing it for...
Please. Give me more Cena.
I'm used to it.
Merchandise stops selling.
Yep, that's what they're doing. And I'm used to it now, though, because it's been like 10 fucking years. Like, what the hell, man?
Gosh.
It's time. What did Owen Hart say?
I don't know, man.
Enough is enough. Oh, no, he said enough is enough, and it's time for a change. Remember that? I think it's time, man. I think it's time to get Owen, break that shirt from Owen out and start wearing it to every fucking event, man.
Yeah.
Could you imagine what Owen Hart would think?
I wonder what do you think?
Well, what do you think he thought when he died in a Blue Blazer outfit? I mean, Jesus.
Man.
What a way to go out. I mean, not only did they kill the guy, he had to die in the Blue Blazer gimmick. And they were making what really didn't help. I'm not trying to make fun of this subject, but what really didn't help is they kept having him act like he was a buffoon on TV before that. And so when it happened, people are all laughing like, "Oh shit, Blue Blazer messed up again." He's dead, guys. That's real. Like,
they're making fun of him.
And by the way, I was at Owen is Raw the next night. I was there in attendance. Had tickets for a good 5-6 months, I remember, and it just so happened the night before Owen Hart dies. Like, are you serious? How? I mean, I couldn't have planned that.
Crazy.
But I was there. It was a weird aura about the whole show, you know, like it was just weird.
I know.
I remember just looking up at those rafters and thinking about him falling from that arena, and I was just like, wow, you know?
Yeah, it's a drop.
So, oh my. I was just like, rest in peace, Owen Hart, pretty much, you know? That's like what I'm saying right now. He should be in the Hall of Fame, by the way. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Anyway, to talk about the Hall of Fame, they've put the freaking Bushwackers in there.
Oh my.
Well deserved.
What did they do besides lick each other's head, rub their armpits in each other's faces, and lick kids' heads, and come out doing the bushwhack dance walk thing? I mean, that gets you into the Hall of Fame. They didn't even come close to... They got a few title matches here and there, but they didn't come close to winning them.
They gotta put somebody in there for the kids and watch.
Seriously, though, but I do say, if you guys never saw the Sheep Herders, they were violent, they were brutal. The Sheep
Oh,
Herders.
yeah.
And when they came to the WWF, you thought, wow, they're going to put these guys in there. And then they came in as like these fun-loving, the Bushwackers. They changed them to cartoon characters practically. And, you know, I remember even my father saying, like, they just ruined the Sheep Herders. You know?
Yeah.
I was a Sheep Herder fan. I remember him, like, in AWA and NWA and stuff before, like, they'd bleed and just like, I mean, it was, if you haven't seen the Sheep Herders, go back and watch how crazy they were, and then you'll say what?
What's that?
Say what?
The WWE Hall of Fame has lost prestige.
It really has.
By the addition of these guys.
You're gonna put Rikishi and Bushwhackers in the class with Macho Man.
Like, what about the Hardy Boys? The Outlaws?
Well,
Edge and Christian.
Outlaws and Edge and Christian better than the Bushwhackers. Anyway, though, the rumor, by the way, Medusa and Nash, Kevin Nash, and Ray Stevens are going to be the other ones. That's who they're expecting to induct after this. So, like, why isn't Ray Stevens already in there anyway?
Yeah, I knew Nash would be soon.
Yeah, Nash is good.
Diesel.
And like I said on an earlier episode that we did, that Medusa might probably never have a chance of getting in because she dumped that women's title in the trash. But they're gonna put her in and forgive her for it. So.
Yeah, because she was pretty much told to do it.
Yeah, I mean,
she could have refused, but
right, but it really, but at the time, it really pissed Vince off. I remember so.
Oh yeah, it would piss
But it looks like they're gonna put Alundra Blaze, aka Medusa, in, so that's gonna be cool.
Yeah,
I think she's one of the best women's wrestlers I pretty much ever seen. So.
Yeah, she was.
If you haven't seen her, go back and check it out. I mean,
she's been more. She'd been Alita, Trish Stratus era more.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, on from that, guys, we had Rollins Orton backstage setting up the main event. Not much more to say about that. Then they had the in-depth look at Sting. What'd you guys think of that?
That was cool.
I liked the in-depth look at Sting. But why can't they get this guy on the show somehow?
I know.
They can't get him to talk or anything.
Him not talking.
It's like Triple H says, we're just going to let your actions speak for you.
Yeah.
I guess that's what they're going to do. They may have him, I don't think if he sticks around after Mania, which I think he will, he maybe talk more.
Yeah, he's going to have to pick up the mic sooner or later. But I think till Mania, I don't think they're going to have him talk till Mania. Do you guys think?
They may have him once or...
I don't know. Maybe the stipulation will be like for the power or something. I mean, I don't know. You know.
Yeah, he may cut one promo or something. I don't know. But I think that'd be about the most, one or two.
Yeah, but I did like the in-depth look at him though. It's kind of trying to get like younger fans familiar with who Sting is, and since he's going to be in this whole high-profile match, and I really think they're trying to build him up for the Hall of Fame next year too. So
definitely.
He better headline it.
And guys, by the way, before I forget to mention, March 3rd when they have that Booker T WWE 24 special, that is going to be good.
Yeah, I want to see that.
And that is what I've been wanting him to do, and we kind of talked about that, is have these like documentaries of guys just on the network. Like, you don't have to make a DVD. Like, if we want to do a documentary about Booker T, make one and put it on the network.
Yeah,
and that's why I think that they should do with Sting. They should do like a documentary on Sting and put it on the network, especially before Mania. They should do it.
He's already got a DVD out, and they could go on from there and add some newer stuff in. And
yeah, what do you think, Steven?
Yeah, man. I mean,
are you for like? What do you think about that Booker T deal? I mean,
that's cool. I'd dig anything Booker T.
It's gonna be like a retrospective and like a documentary type on it thing, like on his career, and is what I got out of it, like from like they do on the DVDs.
Right.
And I think they should do one of Sting before Mania, just to get like younger fans that don't know who he is familiar with him.
Yeah, Booker T, man, he's had a big historic career.
And Jeff, you mentioned the DVD. Not to cut you off, Steven, but you mentioned the DVD. They should put the DVD on the network too. I don't know what they're waiting on.
Yeah.
It's had long enough to circulate already, as long as some of the other DVDs on there. So.
Yeah, I mean, if whoever was wanting to buy it, probably done bought it. So, I mean,
right.
I don't see the point of.
I'm just wanting them to do a full-length documentary. I like those type of DVDs better than just like matches.
Right. I love watching the documentary about it as soon as they come out.
That's why I kind of liked the Monday Night War thing, because it was done documentary style.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice.
By the way, Steven, how have you liked the episodes that you watched that you missed?
Of what is it again?
Of the Monday Night War.
Oh, yeah, but a lot of times they just repeat the same.
Yeah, they do. But that last episode was good about the invasion and stuff.
I haven't seen the newest one. You said there was a new one?
No, it was the last one they did. That was it's over.
Oh. Okay, I haven't watched the last one they did.
Yeah, the last one they did, that was the final one they're going to do.
I enjoyed the Undertaker Sting one the most, probably.
You see, and I thought that was just thrown together and not really... I didn't think it made much sense. Like,
it was kind of like...
Didn't we talk about that?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We talked about that earlier in one of the other shows, Jeff, about how that one was just kind of tossed together as stuff we've already seen.
Yeah, and it was. Yeah.
It doesn't tell you anything. That's the thing about that documentary, is that it was a series that just kept repeating itself. Like, it didn't tell you anything that you didn't already know. Like,
right.
Every now and then you'd be like, oh, okay, there's something new.
Yeah, that was the only thing I didn't like. But
okay, anyway, on to that to kind of end off Raw. We got Paige and Emma, and the Bellas. The Bellas won against Paige, and they had Emma on finally. I was like kind of surprised to see her.
Yeah.
I can't stand her, but I was surprised
to
see her.
She was going to NXT back first. Everything back to NXT, then back on.
Did you guys see they had the hashtag Give Divas a Chance or something going around, like people petitioning to give them more than 30 seconds on Raw?
I seen that.
I mean, really, the Divas division's a joke.
It is.
Yeah, but they need to do something with it.
Oh, they can't get rid of it outright or nothing like that, but it's a joke.
They need to give it some prestige.
Sign some athletic women that can wrestle. But they need. I mean, they got some down in NXT. Bring some up.
Charlotte.
Yeah, I mean, but it doesn't seem like WWE Raw and their main programming wants to push the women wrestling, is what it seems like.
No.
Yeah.
It's like, we'll give you 30 seconds, we'll give you a minute, 2 minutes out there to do whatever and get the storyline pressed on, and then you're gone. How long have we seen? How long has Paige been feuding with the Bellas now? It seems like ages.
Yeah.
Jeez. And then how about hashtag Axelmania? Get him in there, guys. He wasn't eliminated from the Rumble now for 29 days and counting. And he put himself into the second annual Andre the Giant Invitational Battle Royal. What a joke. Let's get everybody a paycheck that isn't on the main card. We're going to do another Andre Memorial Battle Royal. Who cares about this? Is there any interest in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal? That's like the part where you get up and get your beer and go to the bathroom. I mean, it was cool last year because it was the first one. I didn't think they were going to keep doing it.
No, I know.
I mean, I'd rather see I'd rather see, if you're going to do an annual thing, do the Money in the Bank, man. Go on.
Do Money in the Bank.
But hashtag Axelmania. At least Axelmania got into WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean,
because he deserves pushing.
Like, man, that Money in the Bank set wrong.
You know what though? It's funny though that Axel can cut a better promo than Reigns.
Yeah.
And he just gets shit on. He just gets shit on. You know what I mean? And
dude, keep shit.
Like, are they ever gonna do anything with this guy? I can't believe he ain't been Future Endeavor released yet.
Dude, he has no credibility. Like, there's none.
He's living off his dad. I mean, it's not a bad thing. I mean, if I could do it and make the money he's doing, probably would try to do the same thing, keep going. But the thing is, he doesn't get any better. He doesn't progress. It's like, I'm sick of Curtis Axel.
He has the same beard and hairstyles when he came in. Like, he's done nothing to improve or change anything up.
No, I can't believe the guy was the IC champion at one point.
How?
And that was stupid. Yeah. Well, they just kind of just threw it on him, remember?
We were going to put the $1 million belt on him.
Right. They did?
Did they? No.
That was DiBiase.
No,
that was
they put on Ted, I know, but I don't know if they put on him.
DiBiase got the privilege to wear the $1 million title.
Oh, jeez.
You remember that, Steven?
Yeah.
It was when he was with... Didn't he have Maurice with him for a while?
DiBiase sucked.
DiBiase did suck, really.
Dude, some of the most second-generation wrestlers do suck.
David Sammartino.
Like, I didn't even know that existed. See, there you go. Like,
Eric Watts.
Yeah, let's name some off, you know. And
Brian Christopher Lawler.
Right. You know, but that was he had the gimmick.
Yeah, but he didn't really get up. I mean, you want to call that a run? I mean, go ahead, but
no. But he's more qualified for the Hall of Fame than the Bushwackers.
Yeah, he may make it. Scotty Too Hot.
I mean, Too Cool was a better tag team than the Bushwackers.
Who's some other sons? There's countless other sons that got in there that didn't make it too that I haven't even thought of.
I mean,
Greg Gagne. Greg Gagne. Yeah, David Flair. Oh my lord, guys! We should have done an episode on kids.
We should.
Guys, kids that didn't make it. Jeez.
We should do one.
You know, it's hard to make it though as a kid. You're living in your parents' shadow.
Oh man, and you know Randy Orton. That's the crazy part. He's a third generation,
and he's better than his dad or his grandpa.
Oh, by like light years.
Hey guys, the best one, Scott Putski.
But what?
That's awesome.
Scott Putski should have had the title.
Oh yeah, IRS has now have sons now.
Oh yes, Bo Dallas and Bray Wyatt, but at least they're doing something.
Well, I mean, what was it, Husky Harris? He had a long career in front of him.
Yeah, Bo Dallas is injured right now. He should be back. I'm interested in what they're going to do with him. You
guys like Bo Dallas?
I like his in-ring work and stuff, but man, the gimmick's stupid.
I can't stand the guy.
It's almost like an over-the-top Daniel Bryan or something.
Yeah, I don't like it, but
I like him as a wrestler, but I think he'd be good with his brother some way, form or fashion.
I think the gimmick ruins it for me.
Well, could they some form or fashion, now that there's no Wyatt family, bring him in with his brother?
Yeah.
It'd give him something to do and might get him over. He can't grow facial hair, though, it looks like.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I noticed. That I don't think he could grow facial hair if he tried, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Wyatt's looks like his has been growing for about 10 years now, and that's all he's got.
Yeah, I wonder if he washes it.
It doesn't look real thick, does it, like his beard?
No.
It's like a scraggly rat
beard. His hair's not very thick either.
No, he's balding. Boy, he does look like he looks like Waylon Mercy though. So you got to give him that for looking like Waylon Mercy. I mean,
I wonder, like, because he wears where he hides everything, but does he look anything like he did when he was Husky Harris?
Did you remember Husky Harris?
Me? Oh yeah, that was only.
No, he don't look anything like he did. No.
No, I mean his body.
I think he's skinnier now, actually.
That's what I'm saying. Like, does his body look anything different? Because it's hard to tell when his baggy clothes. I figured when he came back, he'd be in real, like, good shape.
He's just one of these guys, though, that just isn't into weightlifting and stuff. He's an old school type wrestler. Steven, I think you got that stigma. You think every wrestler has to be ripped.
No, I don't think every superstar needs to be ripped.
Because you're always like, he's just so out of shape and he looks bad. And
look at him.
Look at Samoa Joe. And it doesn't matter, though, because look back in the golden age of wrestling. That was back before the steroid era. None of them guys, they looked like the guy that you would drink a beer with, you know?
Yeah, but that's not 2015.
So you think you like that everybody looks like a jacked up
bikini
model?
I just said I don't think everybody has to, but I think it's nice to at least look like you take care of yourself. Like Bray Wyatt doesn't look. He looks like he just eats cheeseburgers all the time.
Well, you're kind of getting at guys like Bull Dempsey, like
I mean, Samoa Joe. Nah, that's his whole, point is that's what he looks like.
But what about like Big Daddy V?
He just needs to not do that because that's not healthy. And then look what happened.
He's dead now. I was gonna say he needs to not do that, but he's dead. So. But I always wanted to get your issue on that because you do say that a lot to me about, like, look at this guy's build, that guy's build. I kind of just judge it off the in-ring work, and if I like their in-ring work and their promos and stuff, I really don't kind of look at the body.
Yeah, but, I mean, my main issue is that a lot of these guys, all they do is really work out.
But the mindset...
You got to stay in shape.
Right, the mindset these days is you need to look like an athlete to be an athlete.
Yeah, to a point. I mean, it's a different day and age now.
They really changed what a wrestler should look like.
Yeah.
If you went back to, like, the 70s and told these guys you need to look like this, they'd have been, like, laughing about it, probably. The first one that ever did it was Superstar Billy Graham, and it went from there.
Yeah.
Vince really liked the bodies, as you can tell. I mean,
like,
still jacked.
A perfect example, like, say, Jeff Hardy. Like, that, to me, it's he doesn't even need to get big, you know what I mean? It fits characters. Like, Jeff Hardy, he's the perfect look.
But then you're going to complain about somebody else's look.
I mean, it just depends on the guy, really. I mean...
So you're saying if you don't like the guy's wrestling style or mic skills or something like that, you're just going to say, I don't like his body either? Or...
No, I mean... I don't know. I'm trying to think of somebody.
I think Husky Harris looks fat, to tell you the truth, and not in very good shape. But I still like the way he wrestles and his mic skills and stuff, so I like him, and I kind of ignore the way he looks. But I could still kind of joke around about it. You're right,
Well, yeah, because he does look smaller than what he was when he was Husky Harris, but he didn't look like he I figured, like, when he came back, he'd get ripped or something. It's just like, he just lost weight. That's it.
It's something I've been wanting to talk about because, I kind of got in a conversation with my dad, like, you don't need to be jacked up 300, 400-pound guy to be a wrestler. Like, when he saw a Samoa Joe match on TV, he liked it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like, that is, like, real wrestling there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're right. You're right. He's not out there looking jacked up, and Dad's like, you're right. And I just, that's just the way I think that the mind frame of the fans today thinks if you're not all jacked up and look like a athlete, you're not any good. But I just think the whole body issue just shouldn't matter, Steven.
I mean, no, but to a point. And I always will to a point. Like, say if a wrestler makes his debut, I look at everything. I look at what does he look like, his promo skill, his look, what is he wearing? Like, my whole thing with Dean Ambrose is his look is good, but I don't like his attire. I don't like it. I don't like him wearing jeans.
Right.
I don't like him looking like Roddy Piper in a street fight.
It don't look good.
It don't.
I
thought when he came out with it the first time, I'm like, oh, this is just his gear, whatever. But he just, and you've seen he's kind of been shoved to the mid card there for a few weeks, and I don't know if they even know what they want to do with him because they don't really have I don't know. It's bland right now anyway.
That's why I don't like Harper either. I think he needs to switch his attire. I don't like that kind of attire.
Yeah, and Rowan, I think everything's good with Rowan, but he needs an identity. He what is he? What is his purpose? But his look is good. I mean, I'm okay with his look. He just needs an identity.
That was a conversation that I got into with my dad, and I kind of wanted to see your opinion on it because I know you say that a lot. So,
does your dad like the big jacked up guys, or does he like?
No, he doesn't. He'd rather a guy look like an average guy out there.
Yeah, I don't want him.
He don't want him to look roided out.
Yeah, I don't see, and I don't like the roided out like Ryback. I can't stand Ryback, and he looks gross. But Harper, I don't know what Harper needs. He needs something though.
Harper needs something other than that attire they got him in right now.
He's a good worker. I really do. I give him that. He is a good worker.
Yeah, he is.
Tell about his clothes.
Yeah, I just don't like his clothes.
I'm actually surprised
that Harper. That grease all over.
Oh, you can tell he's a good worker by the grease.
He's got the grease. I wonder how he gets it.
He fixed a hell of a motor. I'll tell you that.
Gosh, and whatever. Rowan, he just needs an identity.
Yeah.
He needs something. What is he about?
He can't be running around with the sheep mask still.
I mean, and the music's kind of funny. It fits him, but is that Chinese music? Like, what is that?
That's pretty good music.
I like the music for him.
It fits him. I'll give him that.
I think he's got a good entrance theme.
Hey, you know how I even was talking about the entrance musics, how they really don't mean anything. At
Right.
least his means something because it fits.
Right.
It's made for him.
I know. A lot of these guys' entrance music just is so horrible.
He got way better one than Reigns or Rollins or
Ambrose. Ambrose with that. You think he would?
Yeah, is that a engine starting up?
I
or
think
a
he was like this advertisement for Fastlane because of his song.
Like, is that a motorcycle taking off or what?
I don't know. I think it's
And
supposed
they
to be
keep
like
doing it.
it's supposed to be like James.
I mean, come out and run out like the Warrior.
Oh Jesus! It's supposed to be like I think it's like he's James Dean revving up the engine. You know.
You know, Dean Ambrose, man, he missed the boat by about 15 years.
Yeah.
He really did. He fits into about 2000.
He would have been. He'd have been great in like Stone Cold era when they could.
Oh
like,
man,
when they
hardcore
could,
championship.
Yeah, when they could blade and all that stuff.
He'd been like Pillman.
He'd have been. Pillman, like a crazy skinnier version of a Foley.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really would have, and I think that's what would be cool. But man, he's getting over for not being able to do that kind of stuff.
Right.
I mean, I just think he also needs an identity to a point. You know, he needs more of a look, but his gimmick and his craziness, it works. He's the only one doing it. So, I don't know, man. There's just, gosh.
I wish they'd just let him do his promo and not be scripted so much.
Right. I mean, 3 hours of Raw, you'd think they could build some of these guys, and they're not building anything.
Right. And then, since you mentioned Raw, we might as well finish it out. You had Orton, Rollins, and Bryan and Reigns, which Bryan and Reigns won because Bryan tagged himself in, took the place of Reigns after Reigns got the spear, and he hit the running knee. Reigns just laughed at it. So
it was kind of funny.
Yeah. Then Orton ended up, doing what we already talked about. He RKO'd Jamie Noble, and he stared down Rollins in the corner before he left and walked out, which was a very confusing ending to me. It was like, is he on the authority side? Is he not? Is that what they were wanting?
Well, he shook his hand at one point, too.
Yeah, it was like, is that... What kind of page are we supposed to think these guys are on right now? I mean, I don't know if it's just some kind of mind... They're just messing with us.
I don't know if the Brock thing completely screwed everything up.
Some kind of mind trick they're playing. Yeah, it was like they had to rush real fast the ending. They had to change it or something. Like they didn't know what they were going to do. I don't know.
I mean, Orton... What's his plan for Mania?
I guess he's supposed to be taking on Rollins.
I did read where, it was weird that, Brock, it was because they said something about Reigns just, just walking out of the ring, and it ended up with Orton and Rollins, basically. But they said that originally, I guess Lesnar was maybe supposed to run in and attack Reigns or something. I don't know.
He was supposed to?
That's what I read on that one. It was all in that one report, I think, that I was reading that stuff about.
But that didn't happen, so it ended up ending the way it was.
Right.
Boy, that was a horrible...
I don't know if that's true. So
that was a horrible rewrite.
Find out what's the real truth in the next week or so.
Right. I think that was a horrible rewrite if that's the case.
Yeah.
I just was confused by that whole ending, like Steven said. What is he doing?
Yeah.
What's he doing?
He's supposed to be taking on Rollins, was the report. So, if that's what this...
Then it stopped, and...
Yeah.
I mean, we need to at least get an identity of, what's going on with the program.
Is he a face or a heel?
Yeah, he's still a tweener on his debut. What is
Jumpman's going to kill his, face push, or just basically the crowd reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Is he gonna end up?
By not. Yeah. If he could screw Rollins somehow.
I just see ultimately in the end, it's just gonna stick the way it is. Reigns is gonna face Lesnar. Orton's gonna end up facing Rollins somehow.
Yeah.
Because that's gonna just explode. You can already see.
Right.
And then I think they're going to do Sheamus and Bryan.
Yeah,
have a heel Sheamus come back and attack Bryan. You don't think he's got nothing to do, and all of a sudden, boom, there's a match.
Either him or Ziggler.
But they will. They're going to keep this Reigns and Bryan thing up, I think. I don't know, and it just depends on what is Brock wanting to do. Like you said, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll find out, I guess, probably here. by Monday.
Yeah, we'll find out next week for sure.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all I have for this week. I heard Sean Daivari is going back to Lucha Underground. Wow.
He's awesome.
I didn't know he was still wrestling.
Yeah. He is.
Why?
They also have Alberto Patron, which we already said that, so.
Yeah.
I mean, WWE could use that guy right now, couldn't they?
They could use John Morrison right now.
They could use him, yeah.
John Morrison, they could use Alberto Del Rio. They could use a lot of these guys, but hey, I just like that there's a lot more places for guys to work now. So,
yeah.
I just want to see them all do good, so.
They can snag some other guys up to freshen things up.
Well, guys, I mean, do you have anything to say before we close it out here?
Well, I think Ted Turner should just bring back WCW.
Ted Turner should just bring back WCW, then buy it back off Vince and bring it back.
Yeah.
It's the only
That'd
thing
be
that's
awesome.
Save us all, Ted. Save us all.
Please.
Come on, Teddy boy.
Well, guys, I thank you guys for getting on here with me again this week. I want to thank everybody out there that listened. It's the Brawl for All Pro Wrestling Show, and we'll be back next week with episode 16. Remember to like, comment, rate, subscribe, like us on Facebook, wherever you find us, and we'll see you next week. I'm going to say peace out, guys.
Yep, see you.
I guess whose birthday it is.
Whose birthday is it? Oh,
Ric
yeah,
Flair.
that's right.
It's Ric Flair's birthday today.
I forgot to tell everybody, by the way, happy birthday, Jeff. I totally forgot about it. I mean, I've already told you today a couple times.
That was good.
Okay, yeah, but it's Jeff's birthday today, and it's Ric Flair's birthday, so woo! Till next time.
Later.
Yeah.
Later on, guys.
Yep, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jeff.
Thank you.
Yep.
Peace, guys.